Hello everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful day and I hope you guys are winning a lot in this new split in League of Legends. So today I'm going to make a Lulu guide. My idea is to explain you how to play this champion, this OP enchanter. Right now I think she's the strongest enchanter in the game. She got buffed quite a few times and she looks really nice. Also Jinx is back in the meta, some Kog'Maws as well I'm seeing. So it's very important for you to play her correctly, and I'm going to show you the runes, the builds, the different runes set up depending on the situations, and I'm also going to change it compared to the other guides. I'm going to show you good matchups in bot lane and also like what synergizes the best with Lulu so you can optimize her pick. And that's it. Let's go into the video. All right, let's talk about the runes of Lulu. So very standard. In the first three is going to be Aeri. It's not going to change at all. And then we are going to have Mana Flow, and here we have two options, all right? So for the two options that we have is Mana Flow and Nimbus Cloak. When are we going to play with Nimbus Cloak? You play with Nimbus Cloak when you go heal as a secondary summoner, and you go Mana Flow when you go with Ignite, okay? So if it's a matchup that you don't really want or you don't think that you are going to stomp or you are going to play really aggressive, then I would recommend you to go heal and Nimbus Cloak, and it's very good. But normally in solo queue you want that Ignite. Mana Flow is really good. You want to trade in lane, but maybe some hard matchups, we can talk about that later, requires you to play with the Mana Flow or Nimbus Cloak. So the second one, Transcendence, not really, I will not change it at all. And then Scorch or Gathering Storm, but Lulu is a really strong enchanter at the moment in lane as well, so I really like to go Scorch with Lulu. And then there is as well the Guardian setup with maybe Demolish or a Font of Life. With the Q you get the slow, and then you can decide to go the Bomb Plating and then Revitalize or even Overgrowth, but I don't really like it. There is some bad matchups, like for example, you would say if I play against Blitzcrank, if I play against Spike, then it's a bit hard. But even if you play against those matchups, I would recommend you to always go Summoner Aeri, Transcendent Scorch, and then you choose Mana Flow or Nimbus Cloak, depending if you go Ignite or Heal as secondary, right? If you go Exhaust, you can also go Nimbus Cloak, and Nimbus Cloak is for more passive, more I'm not going to win lane, but I want to be able to have more survivability. Right now, this is the interesting part, is the secondary tree. All right, so now let's focus on this part only. You have quite some options here. I would say you can get Domination, Resolve, or Inspiration second. Normally, you would go Biscuit and then Cosmic Insight, but because now Biscuit doesn't give mana, I feel like it's a really whatever rune. And normally you will go Boots or Cosmic Insight, but what I like to do right now is I would go Bomb Plating and Revitalize, or Bomb Plating and Font of Life. If, for example, the matchup is difficult, like let's say you are playing against Nautilus, Pike, Blitzcrank, those matchups that go all in, Bomb Plating is really nice because they are not going to be able to proc it, and you are going to be able to sustain and survive a lot. Then on secondary, if, for example, you're playing Enchanter against Enchanter matchup, then I will for sure go Zombie Ward, and then you can choose again Chip Shot, which is fine with your Q, or Taste of Blood if there's a lane that pokes a lot. Or also you can decide to go Relentless Hunter, which gives you also move speed. It's also fine. So right now, what is probably more popular is going to be Domination, right? So from Domination, I will get Zombie Ward like 99% of the time, because I like to play with Sweeper a lot with Lulu, because you dominate lane so much. And then I would choose probably this one if I'm going really aggressive, and this one is also pretty fine. Like this is standard one, and this is like more I want to win, I want to deal more damage, I want to be more oppressive. All right. Okay, so now we have the standard, the secondary runes done, and now let's focus on the runes. So obviously on the second one, let's focus on this one. I'm going Adaptive Force is the best one to take, and this one I know that on default everyone is taking the health scaling, but if you are playing support, I already explained in my other videos, it's way better to take flat HP always, because it gives you more benefit in lane. Until level 7, it's the same. It's better. So health is way better for support early on. So, all right, attack speed or adaptive force or CDR, what are we taking? So attack speed you want to take against melee, all right? When enemy is melee, you take attack speed. And when you take another adaptive force is when you're playing a lot against range. So just think, am I going to use my auto attacks a lot in this lane? No, I'm going double adaptive, health, and this setup, right? I'm going against Rakan maybe that I want to bully more and auto attack more, or Alistar, I go attack speed, all right? So for example, now I'm saying I'm playing against Nautilus. Okay, I'm playing against Nautilus. And my support, AD carry is Jinx. So, alright, I'm going Nimbus Cloak. Probably I'm going Bomb Plating and Overgrowth or Font of Life. I will go Font of Life. And now I get attack speed and adaptive force, safe. And now I can decide to go heal and my Jinx goes barrier and I survive the lane way more. Let's say it's Nautilus, but it's pairing with a weak AD carry. Maybe I want to go Mana Flow, be more aggressive. And go with Ignite, all right? That so you guys understand. If I'm playing against Rakan, and it's a free matchup against Rakan, because Rakan is, we will see, is really weak. And I like it a lot to play against. So I will go Chip Shot, Zombie Ward, and let's bully the lane. So I will play this to bully him. All right, so that will be it for the runes. All right, let's talk about items and also abilities. So what do we max first? Okay, so first of all, about the abilities, I would go Q like 80% of the times. I would go Q level 1. Why? Because it's really nice to lane with, because once you hit the Q, let's say I'm gonna get a target dummy, you hit the Q, you can follow up with an auto, back off, maybe you can keep chasing because of the slow, and it's not so much damage difference. I would go E if it's a losing matchup, I'm getting poked a lot, or my AD carry is going to get poked a lot, so I can give him some ease at the start, and we can mitigate some damage early on, all right? Then what I will go secondary, I would go E and W, right? This Q, E, W. And then don't look at my key bindings, they're a bit weird, I understand, but well, you guys know what to do. So after here, it gets a bit tricky. You will want to get 3 points on E, and then you want to max W all the way, all right? So obviously you get level 6, when you get level 6, you get your ultimate, and then you want to go W, 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 and W, all right? And you get your ultimate at level 11 as well, at level 16. That's pretty obvious, but I will still say it. So now we have W maxed and 3 points on E. 3 points on E is good for laning, good for early damage. Then your W is going to give more, as you guys can see, more attack speed, more CC duration with the polymorph. Polymorph is really OP ability. You guys need to abuse that for sure. And now let's talk about the items. So what are we going to build? Obviously, we're going for the support item, and for the support item, the item that we are going to get is going to be Dreammaker. You can also get, for example, maybe this one if there's a lot of CC and they're going to go on you. But normally with the tips that I'm going to give you this today, you should not be able to, like, you don't really need it, right? So Dreammaker is going to be the better one for us. And then let's talk about boots. So we go in easy order, because then it gets a bit complicated. For boots, I will almost go CDR all the time. I don't think I've chosen other boots that are not the CDR boots. And then for items, there is Surelias, Ardent, and Moonstone. Okay, so the most normal build, all right, is going to go Surelias, then Ardent, Redemption, probably are the next ones on the list. So maybe you go Ardent, or maybe you go Redemption. And from here, maybe you want to go as well the Wardstone. A third item. There's normally no third item for us. As supports, Mikael also is like, it depends on the game. If they have a lot of CC, I would go Mikael second for sure. I would not go Redemption. Let me sell the potions. I would go Mikael's here, and then Redemption or Ardent, depending if I have some champions that will use well the attack speed of Ardent. All right, so now, second thing. If you have Jinx or Kokmo or any champion that scales really well and is very dependent on attack speed as also, I will get Ardent first item, like Rush Ardent. Normally even you will get normal boots and be like this, Ardent with boots, and then complete the boots later on, alright? You don't rush the boots with Lulu, you normally want your first item. And then after getting Ardent, do they have a lot of CC? Then I get Mikael's. They don't have a lot of CC, but they have AoE damage. I get Redemption. They have a lot, they don't have a lot of CC, they don't have a lot of AoE damage, and we don't have engage. When you don't have engage, normally because you are playing Lulu, you have no engage on support. Maybe your jungler is a Viego, maybe your top laner, it's like, I don't know, a Shen, and he doesn't really have a really good engage. Surelias is your engage, right? You want to speed you up, give you W to you or to an ally, and then you guys go forward, and this can be just as an engage, all right? So you guys probably asking, when do you go Moonstone? When like we're talking about Arden and Surelias all the time, when do we go Moonstone? All right, so you want to go Moonstone when you are playing against matchups that are pretty difficult. So for example, against Engage, hook champions like Blitzcrank, Pike, Nautilus, champions that are going to go in, or really burst lanes that are going to, or you can get burst. So in your first base, let's sell the boots again. You want to go Ruby Crystal and Rush Kindle Gem, like I said on Senna, is the same. When you play Enchanter Senna, or when you are playing in general any Enchanter, what you want is Rush Kindle Gem and get Moonstone, Redemption, Locket, maybe Mikael first item, right? Anything that has Kindle Gem first item is going to be good, right? Because it gives you 200 HP already. That is really nice for lane. It gives you a bit of CDR as well. And then if you, for example, go base and you have, I don't know, 600 gold, you get your Ruby Crystal, refillable potion or a normal potion, a pink ward, a control ward, and then you are in a really good spot. If you base with 1000 gold, for example, you just get Kindle Gem, potion, and a pink, and then you play the game. And then you are going to be really fine in lane, okay? So that's the tip that I would give you when you're playing hard matchups. If you are not playing hard matchups, the normal base normally is or either the move speed AP item, right? Or you can go forbidden item as well, but I don't really like it because it doesn't give you the AP that any Tome build gives you. Also, you can go the mirror, which gives you AP CDR mana region. This is the best and also got buffed because it's very cheap now. It's 900 gold. But again, if you base, for example, with 800 gold or 900 gold, I always like to have a control ward, right? So if I base with 900 gold, normally I will get a Tome, normal boots, and a pink, and then I'm fine, right? But if you really want to rush the Ardent because you're playing with Kog'Maw Jinx and it's a bit of a win condition, then you can always go the AP move speed item. And normally I like to rush the AP if I'm on a winning side because I'm going to be able to snowball better my matchup. Yeah, that's it for the first buys. Let's go into the matchups. Okay, let's do something different that I didn't do in the other guides is what matchups are, or what pairing, what AD carries are good with Lulu, alright? So what works good with Lulu in bot lane? So I'm going to show you guys what I think, or my personal opinion. There are so many champions here that I have not seen in bot lane for a long time, like Action, don't play Action, AD carry. Let's put it in F, I don't know why he's here. Aphelios, S tier. Ashe, for example, is going to be S tier as well. Aphelios because scales really well. Also is a champion that you can go Ardent with. It depends more on the composition if you need Surelias or not. But hyper carry, really nice. Ashe, why Ashe is good? Ashe is very strong in lane. And you can bully with Lulu as well. So also really nice. I would not go, for example, Arden with Ashe. I would just go Surelias or Redemption, Mikael, Moonstone, depending on the matchups. Caitlyn, it's okay, but I would not say like it's the best because with Caitlyn normally you want some CC lockdown like Lux or Nico maybe, or Thresh, right? So she can use properly the trap. But it's okay because you can, again, bull in lane, you can get platings if the matchup is good. So it's not the worst, all right? Cassiopeia, E. You don't want to normally play Enchanter with mages, I already explained. Corki, not the best champion at the moment in bot lane. I have not seen it enough, so D. Draven, not the worst. I would say like Caitlyn, because you are still really strong as Lulu. Draven really wants like a Rel, Nautilus, right? The Pike, but you can bull in lane, which is also what Draven wants, but you don't do exactly, you are not the perfect pairing with Draven, but it's fine. It's like Caitlyn, right? It's decent pairing, but not the best. Ezreal, I would say it's a bit the same. I would say a bit the same. Ezreal is pretty strong at the moment, today, when I'm recording this video. He's pretty good. Again, maybe Karma is better. Maybe Nico support is better. Maybe something that pokes more is better with Ezreal. Okay, but because Lulu gives you the W with attack speed, with Ezreal doesn't really benefit as much as other AD carries, okay? And it's not like a hyper carry, but it's still fine. Ezreal is a strong AD carry early on, especially if you use well the passive, if you know what you are doing with Ezreal. And it's okay. It can be played in lane. Again, Draven, Caitlyn, Ezreal, it's fine, but it's not the perfect combination, all right? Jhin, I would not say Jhin is good AD carry. Jhin wants other type of supports. Even we said in the other video that Jhin is not played with enchanters normally. Soraka works okay with Jhin. Maybe some enchanters are fine with Jhin, but normally you want some front lane. Also, you want to roam a lot when you are playing with Jhin, because Jhin can play is most of the time safe in lane. So yeah, S plus Jinx, hyper carry, synergize really well with Lulu, gives the survivability, enjoys a lot the survivability that Lulu gives. Kai'Sa, I would say the same. Kai'Sa wants CC champion, guys. Kai'Sa wants something that goes forward, some CC champion. She wants to use her ultimate aggressively. She wants to go in. So I would say B. Again, it's not the best synergy. Can be played, of course. It's not the best synergy. Kalista, I would not say Kalista is that bad. I would say with Draven together. Same explanation as Draven, goes for Kalista. Enjoys the CC champions, enjoys the champions that go in, but also Kalista's fine with Renata also. You synergize well with the W. And with Lulu, it's okay. If you can bully, then it's totally fine. Karthus, don't pick it with Lulu. Kog'Maw, really good. Kog'Maw is strong at the moment. You run them down. Really good champion to play with Lulu. Lucian, I don't think Lucian is playable in bot lane without Nami Emilio. I would not play him. Maybe Brown. It's okay. Maybe it's not a good AD carry at the moment, Lucian. It's not like before. I would not play it. Miss Fortune, same thing as Kai'Sa. Jhin wants to play alone in bot lane sometimes, so doesn't benefit. Like if you're playing Lulu with Miss Fortune, you cannot roam that much, and Miss Fortune benefits of supers that roam, also go in, synergize well with the ultimate, like Leona, Rel, Nautilus with the CC, Alistar even, Amumu, I don't know. Anything that CCs and lock them down, MF is really happy, so Lulu not the best. Nyla is going to be S plus tier as well. Why? Because synergy is really good in general with Lulu. Lulu wants to be together with Nyla, also benefit from the passive of Nyla. Nyla gives more experience to players that to champions that are near. So you want to be together as a ball. So Nyla is pretty good. Not a good champion at the moment, probably in the meta, but it's good. Samira, let's put it a tier below. Jhin, Kai'Sa, Miss Fortune, and Lucian. For obvious reasons, Samira wants a CGC champion there. Senna the same. I don't think Senna AD carry I've not seen a lot. You can play it now with a new build with Grasp. But again, with Samira, not the greatest. Seraphine, I would put it on E. Doesn't want really to play with Enchanter. Sivir, it's okay. Sivir is really sleepy champion in lane. Like you don't do anything. So probably I would recommend go Nimbus Cloak and Heal with Sivir and just buff Sivir later on. When she gets 3 items, she will win the game. It's not very popular at the moment, Sivir, but can be really strong in lower elos to do Lulu Sivir because they don't know how to punish you. Swain, I will not play it with Lulu. Syndra, I will not play it with Lulu. Maybe Syndra's a bit overtuned right now, so can be played together and bully a bit, but Syndra wants CC. I don't think it's the best. You can play it, but not the best. Taliyah the same. I don't know why these champions are here. Tristana not good in bot lane at the moment. Maybe in some matchups. Like if Tristana is good in bot lane, then it can be B, but just let's stay at D, but it can be before it was played, right? Tristana Lulu. Maybe I'm wrong because they changed the Tristana. Let's put it on B because it can be played. It was fine before. Twitch S+, but this doesn't mean that Twitch Lulu is a strong lane at the moment. It can get bullied a lot, but its synergy is really good with Twitch. I would say Varus is the same as this 4, like in the same tier. Varus on hit is really good with Lulu, can bully in lane as well, so it's good. It's a really good champion. Vayne, again, the same as Twitch, good, but maybe not meta at the moment. But if it's a good compo to play Vayne, then Vayne Lulu is going to be very annoying. You guys know how it goes, like Vayne Lulu, Twitch Lulu, Kog'Maw Lulu. It's very, very, very strong. Veigar E, again, every mage doesn't want to play with Enchanter. Then Xayah, the same than Lucian and the rest, wants to play alone in lane, or can play alone in lane, especially because it's hard to dive, has good wave clear. And again, with Lulu, you don't really benefit with roaming or being able to roam. And also, like, Xayah wants people to go forward because she needs to hit and be able to hit, not the greatest range as well. So you need some kind of engage when you're playing with Xayah. Yasuo, I would put on D, not the best. Yone, I don't know why Yone is here. Zeri also S+ champion, so I would put it with Kog'Maw and Jinx a bit here together. Really good. You can play pretty aggressive starting level 6 with Zeri jumping forward, ultimate. You have your ultimate, you can buy a lot of time. It's really nice. And Ziggs is going to be E, and Smolder is going to be like C, like Senna or Samira. I don't think Smolder Lulu are great at all, because Smolder scales a lot, but doesn't benefit also from the auto attack. He wants to get the stacks. You are not that strong with Smolder in lane. You cannot bully. You cannot really survive dives as well, because you are both really squishy. So you need to be really careful when pairing, okay? So what I would say is that from all of this are good champions to play Lulu with. Then from B tier, sure, you can play it. It's not going to be the most optimal. And I will avoid for playing Lulu like with any of these champions that are here under C. And with these champions, what I will play is CC or roam. Maybe if you like to play enchanters, then play Yana. That is better at roaming because of her move speed and being really annoying with the W, and you have more CC while ganking. But right now you are lucky that these champions are picked a lot in solo queue, so I will stick to playing Lulu with those champions. Okay, let's talk about the matchups, the difficult matchups, the free matchups, the easy matchups, whatever it is, what I do think when picking Lulu, okay? So against Bard, I would say easy matchup. He's weak in lane. I don't think he's that strong. You can bully a lot. Blitzcrank, I would say hard, but hard in the sense that it's a bit tricky, but it's not unplayable at all. Actually, it's pretty much playable, and I have an example to show you how to play against Blitzcrank. But I would say hard in the sense that it's a good champion. Like you get hooked, you can die, right? But you need to take into consideration some stuff. Seraphine, I would say normal. Enchanter against Enchanter. The issue with Seraphine is that she has good range, so you need to be careful. And you need to play really well with your Qs. It means that hit Q, maybe one auto attack, QE or EQ if you are in range and you can get the range in. And also controlling the bushes is very important against Seraphine, and depends on the early game. Pike hard, the same reason as Blitzcrank. I'm just going to put them there, order, and then I would tell you. You can tell me in the comments what do you think, and you can ask me more questions, but I don't want to take forever. Okay, guys? So. Senna normal, also a lot of range. Morgana free. I don't think Morgana is a really good champion. Taric easy, is not good into Lulu at all. Then I would say it's not free at all because you need to be careful with the E. Soraka normal. You need to play very aggressive against Soraka. You need to be really confident dodging the Qs. Then Zac, I would say easy. He can jump on you, sure. He can engage on you, sure. But you can bully him early on and make his life miserable in the early waves, and then you will be fine. Against Nautilus, it should be normal. It's not that bullying Spike and Blitzcrank. It always depends on the AD carry. Then I would say Braum, pretty free. I like playing against Braum. He has the Q that you need to be careful of, but well, Braum normal. I would say normal Amumu as well. Like Leona, like these engages are fine, normal. Then I would say Alistar is free because he cannot really do anything in lane. and you can poke him out as well, but you need to play correctly. I would say, again, the same thing with Lux, normal. At the end of the day, she outranges you. You need to be a bit careful. Maybe it can be a bit hard if the Lux is really good, but you should be able to be fine in lane. Nami, I would say normal, easy, normal, easy. I like to play a lot Lulu against Nami. I think it's very fun, and I know the matchup really well. Maybe I can explain it later in some examples. I don't know, Shaco or Shaco, easy. I don't think he does anything in lane with the boxes or anything. Sona as well is going to be normal. I don't think it's the most obnoxious champion, but it's not that easy because she has the sustain, so that's a bit annoying. Vel'Koz, again, normal with Lux, Seraphine. He outranges you, so that's a bit hard, a bit difficult, but I don't think it's like the most annoying one. Maybe can be a bit hard if the Vel'Koz is really good, but I would say just normal. Vex, I don't know why Vex is here. I'm just not going to put it down. Against Yuumi is easy. Yuumi doesn't pressure that much. Sure, they have one samurai more, but it's okay. Against Janna, I would say easy as well. I think Janna is not that strong compared to Lulu, as an enchanter especially. Against Zillian is free. Zillian, if you cannot lose lane against Zillian. Karma can be hard, okay? Karma is a really strong champion as well. Can be hard if she plays it well. Depends on the AD carry matchup. It's not that easy to poke her out. I would say a bit hard. It can be hard for sure. Normal Zyra or a bit easy, but the same thing, outranges. If Zyra is good, can be difficult, but it's not that. I would say Renata, the same as Janna. I don't think she just need to be careful with the Q, and that's all. Gragas the same as Zac. Just be careful with the E, but you can poke him out, Free matchup for me, Rakan, Poppy. You need to be a bit careful, again, with the E's, but should be fine for you. Set, the same. I think Set is easy matchup. He's pretty straightforward. You just need to be careful with the E flash, or flashy, sorry. Tamken's not that easy, but okay. It's just normal matchup, right? And I'm just going to place where I think they should be, right? Normal matchup as well. Rel is not hard. I think it's just normal matchup. Nico, I think I played against a Nico the other day, not that difficult. Ashe can be hard, to be honest, if the Ashe is good. Also, the arrow can be annoying. So I will, if it's pairing with a really good AD carry, then it's going to be strong. Then what do we have? Melio, I would say normal, to a bit easy. I don't think Melio is that difficult to play against as Lulu. And then what more? Thresh, I would not say hard. Actually, you kind of counter Thresh a bit. You just need to be respecting the range. So again, I would put normal. I would not say easy because you still need to play correctly. And I would say so. Yeah, I mean, I didn't play against a lot of LeBlancs, but I would say this is a bit of the super matchups. If it's hard or easy, okay. It also depends on enemy AD carries, but for example, if I'm playing against these champions, free or easy, you should be stomping. All right, you should be stomping. Maybe the Renata Emilio is not that straightforward, or sets Zac, you need to be careful, right? But these matchups are ice free. Okay, you need to be getting platings. You need to bully them out. For me, when I play against them, I'm really confident and I'm really happy. The other ones, you need to have a bit more knowledge to play, like these ones, and that's what we are going to talk about now. We are going to see some laning phases and some fighting or mid game, how to play mid game, late game with Lulu. So let's get into it. Okay, let's go for some reviews. Okay, I know that you guys like it to see my POV, how I'm playing, and I want to show you guys some tips with Lulu. So let's talk about laning phase. 2 matchups. This matchup is going to be a bit more easier matchup, all right? It's not going to be that easy because at the end of the day, it's also 2 range against 2 range. But already what you guys are seeing is that I'm trying to control the middle bush a lot, and because I control the middle bush, we are going to have the push because I was all the time here fighting for it, okay? So fighting for the middle bush is harder in my elo, guys, because they all know that this bush is important. So if you are in lower elo, which means lower than Emerald, people are not fighting on bushes. It's going to be super simple for you guys to climb. and to win the lanes. So here you guys see that how Jhin is trying to fish for me with the last auto attack, and I didn't let him because I was denying with the vision all the time. I did miss some Qs, okay, in the laning phase, and now I flash forward, I EQ, ignite, and that's the combo with Lulu in early game, okay? So I want to go back real fast with Lulu because in this video, because I want to show you some details. So here I'm sweeping the ward, and I'm also going back because I know he wants to hit me, but right now he will only see me if I'm hitting the ward. But because I'm not hitting, now Jinx is able to auto-attack him. Now this guy is losing HP, and I'm waiting for my QCD to go back up. So I don't know if we can slow it down. Probably we can slow it down. I missed some Qs in this matchup, which I should not miss. If I hit more Qs, like 2 more Qs, it will not be that close. But here already, you guys see, I'm already going and stepping up to the second bush, to the last bush that it is. And I will also be able to sweep this ward. If I see it, convenient, but no need, because I will waste time auto-attacking the ward. And now the combo with Lulu is once you get level 2 and you played really aggressive, this is the health pool from us. And they are also really low, but they are level 1 because we won the level 2. So you guys need to abuse the level 2 win into something. So flash plus E plus ignite plus Q is going to always kill, or it's going to be really good for get some early kills. And here we get the early kill. After we get the early kill, we could get ganked by Diana, which is going to happen. We end up not warding, and this guy goes really aggressive. Diana is going to come and she's going to get 2 kills, but at the end of the day, we get the wave state is not the best, but we get the 2 kills onto Jinx. And now what we have to secure is that we crash the wave, which we do, and we are going to play a bit aggressive on the Diana side. And again, Jhin is going on me a lot, but we are still fine, and I want to play around the middle bush all the time and threaten all the if I can and all I can against Jhin. Jhin is looking for me. I don't know why, and because he's looking for me, Jinx played it really well with the traps, and we go again really aggro, and we get another kill onto Jhin. Okay, there's another example that I want to show you right now. Right, another laning phase is against Jinx with Lulu. You guys should abuse the Jinx Lulu for sure matchup. And again, I want to control the middle bush. Bard warded. I have sweeper in 1. I used the sweeper early on to get in a more aggressive position that we end up not using. I started with E. I didn't really like it. I think this was my first game with Lulu since a long time, and I wanted to try E start. And I think Q could have been way better because I could have run Bard a bit down with more auto attacks. And here I regain control of the bush, and this is what you want to do with Lulu, okay? When you have a really free matchup or an easy matchup, you want to be aggressive. You want to go for the EQ, auto attacks, trade. And now I will pause and I will go back again. You guys see that I'm not able to play aggressive because of my health, and I'm waiting for my potion to kick in, and I'm going to wait for my second potion to kick in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my shield on Jinx and my Q on Jinx, so she plays for me a bit, and then I'm going to step up when I'm healthy enough with the potions, okay? I'm also really aware of what's happening with I connect my E onto Jinx and the Q onto Ezreal, and now I know that Ezreal is on lethal, okay? I flash on Ezreal with my CDs back, he's dead. Again, the same thing, 2 different games, same result. What's going to happen is that Bard overcommits on me, he's going to get the kill, but Jinx is going to get her second kill of the game, okay? What's worth? Of course, Jinx getting the wave in and getting a very good reset. So let's go again and let's continue with the review, because it's also nice for you guys to see what happens next. Is what I will do is I will sync up with my jungler, get some vision around my mid laner, and because my jungler is a strong jungler, I want to open through mid lane, make sure that Bard is not able to play. And now keep playing with Elise. I know Elise wants to scout. He wants to find Sejuani. The matchup is favorable. We should win this because Elise with Lulu is stronger than Sejuani Bard, that's for sure. And Elise goes for a kill, doesn't quite get it. Again, I E Elise as well. Sometimes it's going to be hard for you guys to decide if you should shield your ally or kill the enemy. Here, of course, I prefer to shield the Elise. He ends up dying, but well, we keep chasing, and at the end, it turns out to be good for us because Jinx gets another kill onto Bart. And now RL cannot really play the lane, and he's going to lose quite some wave, and we have a freeze on bot lane, okay? And Elise is going to be able to punish again the Sejuani, and this time killing the Sejuani this time around, okay? So also be a bit more active in the game, not only being perma bot lane. If you have some small roaming timers that normally I will draw right now on the minimap, should be around this area, okay? You don't want to really roam around top side as Lulu. Why? Because you really want to be active on bot. So you can do some mid lane vision, you can go maybe invade a bit their bot side and then go back again to bot lane and play with your AD carry together. Because if not, you are going to end up on a roaming top that doesn't really make sense because you are not that strong roaming and you cannot do much for your AD carry, and that's what you want to do, right? Again, what I like to do is when I crash a wave and I cannot really hit tower, use my sweeper aggressively, go for deeper vision, and sit on this tribush and deny them vision, guys. It's super important. We talked about this on how to win the games when you were playing on a losing matchup, but it's also very important to deny vision when you are playing on a winning matchup, all right? And there's not much that's going to happen in this laning phase. We are going to keep bullying them. Elise and Vel'Koz are going to, again, move towards bot lane, and you guys can see how I step up, be in front of my Jinx. Jinx is end up being very low, but so are RL and Bart. You need to keep auto-attacking. You need to keep auto-attacking them so your AD procs and you're able to get the damage in. Here at the end, I think we should have dove them. I don't know what Elise did this time. I misplayed and I got CC'd, but RL ends up dying and Jinx is able to crash and they kill also the Bard. So it's again 2 for 1 and I'm happy. RL is losing wave. The wave is coming to us. We are in a really, really good position this game. My KDA doesn't look the best, but my job is done. Jinx is fed, and as you guys can see, I'm rushing Ardent, and we're going to probably win the game. And we did win the game. Really. Okay, now it comes a hard matchup. Zeri Lulu against Draven Blitzcrank. And you guys will say, unplayable, we cannot do anything. What you need to do when there's hard matchups is what I did right now, level 1. Make sure you find ways to be fine in a game, okay? We get 2 early kills because we decided to stack. Not only we decided to stack, I also asked for a ward here, where Draven is right now, on the river, here. I asked for Jarvan to ward there, because they could invade from top side. You guys know how to do level 1s, I believe, properly right now. And I'm going to be annoying on Draven. I don't think this auto attack now that I'm going to do is worth it, because I lost 102 HP for no reason. I should have kept it a bit shorter. And now what I want is not that Draven doesn't base. So if he's not able to base, he's going to be lower in lane. Also, this is a bit greedy from my side. I lose too much HP. But well, I tried to cancel his recall, get some DPS out. And now I'm going to go back to bot lane. Okay, my top laner, my jungle died, sorry. And here Blitzcrank will go on me. I think he's going to flash and I'm going to flash. So flash for flash. And here we should be able to win because Blitzcrank is completely useless. So if, for example, Pyke uses his Q or Thresh uses Q and he has no Q, it's a long cooldown, guys. You need to abuse it. Zeri plays it really well. What happens is sometimes your AD carries are not going to play as well as my Zeri did. So, of course, in hard matchups, if your AD carry is not confident and is also going to fail, then it's going to be a bit harder. Because it's already hard from the start. So as you guys can notice, I'm playing in the wave. I'm not playing in the bushes because I want to crash. I want to hit a bit the tower. I respect the Blitzcrank hook. Here, in my opinion, I could be hitting tower way more and we could get the plating. I got a bit... I respect it too much, but it's not the worst to respect... a bit more when you are on a bad matchup, but I think I should have hit for sure. I had the wave, Blitzcrank no flash, he has no way to reach me without level 2. So yeah, here he misses the hook, which is going to happen in your relos as well. And when he misses the hook, you need to be able to put the pressure in. And as you guys can see, we have the prio. I'm not scared to get hooked because he has no CD, and now I try to Q, and we're going to get one plating. So on a hard matchup, we're already getting platings. And this is because when you play range against melee, you normally want to get plates, and you should be able to get plates. In a hard matchup, the issue is that they can pressure you. And the way they pressure you is if Blitzcrank would get rid of this ward with Sweeper, we will get more pressured, right? But because we feel safe, because we have a ward on Tribush, yeah, and we can play the game. Here, actually, we get the plating. And now, here, I back off because Blitzcrank can always decide to hook me or can decide to hook Zeri. I don't have flash. I don't really have a way to survive a hook under tower at the moment. And Zeri has a dash. So she can E away like this. And now we can play. I could be forward, but I was scared of getting hooked. And also I misplayed a bit because I should have eat the Zeri. But I tried to reach the Draven to deal more damage. And they are going to decide that it's better for them to base and lose one wave than keep getting... poked and lose the matchup like this. So what am I going to buy? I'm going to buy HP, guys. I need HP in this lane. Do I get a pink? No. You guys can see that I'm deciding what to buy. All right, Ruby Crystal, and there we go. So I don't get one shot if I get hooked, or maybe I'm a bit harder to get one shot because the AP is not going to do much for me. I mean, it's going to do a bit if they misplay, like here, but yeah, Zeri plays well. Save the E to get away. That's what your AD carries should be doing. And here we just receive the way nicely. They get a ward in. They sweep our vision, which is good from Blitzcrank, but I do the same. I sweep the Tribush. And now Jarvan knows that there's no ward. I also get rid of the pink. And we keep punishing. Draven recalled. And we get another plating, I believe, with this cannon wave. And now we got 2 platings already on a very hard matchup. Again, Blitzcrank is struggling because he's not able to hit a single hook. And yeah, he sends a nice message, I believe, out. And now, when you're in this spot and they are really, really poked and they cannot play the lane, it's time for you to pressure. Because at the end of the day, Lulu wants to pressure. Jinx, Zeri, Kog'Maw can pressure as well with their spells. Even if they're hyper carries, they do a lot of damage early on with an enchanter next to them, especially Lulu that can buff, that can buy a lot of time with the polymorph. You guys can see here we end up getting a 3rd plating already. 3 platings in 6 minutes against a Blitzcrank lane. Sure, the early game was good. Sure, he missed a lot of hooks, but this is, remember, around Master 400 LP players. Maybe some are Diamond 1, maybe some are higher Elo last season. It's early in the split, but it's going to happen in your games as well. If you are top of the ladder, it's going to be harder, of course. But, well, you let me know if you are on top of the ladder and you guys are playing against Keria on his prime. So yeah, it's going to be difficult. So again, we push the wave, and when it's time to recall, we just take the recall. We base, and here I see that they push a normal wave. I don't want Zeri to lose the wave. I know Draven wants to base as well. And because Draven wants to base, I know they're not going to pressure me a lot if I try to freeze. So I'm going to try to freeze the wave a bit. And once I see Blitzcrank, I will just let it crash. It's okay. He can hook me. Draven is not behind. I know that he's not behind him, because if he is, then I just flash. And he's wasting the time, and he's not recalling. And now we win the game because Draven didn't recall. And I'm recalling at the same time than my friend Blitzcrank. And look what guys I buy. Kindle Gem, boots to dodge better the Blitzcrank hooks, pink, and a potion. Here my Zeri gets cheesed and she ends up dying, but it's a 1-for-1. But here it's already 4-10. We're going to win this game comfortably as well. We got the tower at the end also. And this is what I wanted to show you a bit, guys, how to play it and how to pressure and win on bad matchups or hard matchups, right? It's just you need to think a bit more and understand what you are doing in lane, and that's all. There's no much more to it. And I want to explain the team fight because you guys can replicate this, and this is most likely the best tip I gave every enchanter player that I coach, and they always improve in elo so much. All right, so I will show you right now. Okay, so you want to imagine the team fight in lines, okay? You want to imagine the first line, the second line, and the third line, all right? So the first line is going to be front line, so the people that are in front. The second line is going to be carries, the carry champions. It normally is the AD carry or the AP carry, which is going to be the mid laner. And third is you, okay? And this is very important that you understand that you should be in the third line. However the team fight is going, you need to be around the third line with playing behind your AD carry. Why? Because your Qs with Lulu are going to be effective using your E and your shield on Jinx. You don't want to use the shield damage-wise if it's not 3, right? If it's not like really obvious, you normally want to buff Jinx, you want to W Jinx, only you want to W and polymorph someone that goes in really aggressively. So you guys can see that here I'm dodging all the abilities that I can, and I'm staying behind Jinx all the time. Now I have a bit of time to hit the tower, I will, but immediately I position behind Jinx again, and I position behind my team all the time. So I'm behind Jinx, and now there will be a moment where Erral is going to be exposed. Again, I put my buffs on Jinx. We are really low. We are going to play for the tower. Elise wanted to base. Okay, she bases. And now I'm going to go aggressive. Why am I going to go aggressive? Because I know that I'm in a winning position. I'm in a winning position, so I go aggressive together with Jinx, but I fall back instantly, and I'm behind Jinx. Now I'm in front of Jinx or next to Jinx. And this is the main mistake I did this game, right? And a mistake that I'm doing too often, to be honest, in these last couple of days playing the game, is that I should be right now here buffing Jinx and making sure that I go where Jinx goes, but behind her. Why? Because you get one shot. Like in any fight, you get one shot, and here I don't flash. I'm really slow, and you guys see it doesn't make sense that I'm here at all. So I'm going to get punished for it, and I'm just 2 abilities, 2 spells, and I'm dead. And now because I'm dead, Jinx is weaker, and my pick doesn't make sense, okay? So you want to make sure that you follow the 1, 2, 3 line rule, that you play correctly around your AD carry, and that's all you want to do in team fights, okay? In mid game, you cannot really roam, so you should be sticking with the strongest member. If the strongest member is your top laner or mid laner, you can play with them. It depends on the AD carry that you might have. It's a bit more complex in lower elos. I'm going to do a series that is going to be unranked to Diamond or Master. I'm just waiting a bit for the split to be more in motion, right? Maybe 2 weeks I will wait. I'm going to do unranked to Master with Lulu. So you guys can see how the games go in Silver, Gold, Platinum, Emerald, how I'm adapting, what I'm doing in mid-game. But this, for an overall guide for Lulu as a champion, I think it's fine. It will work for you guys. Again, if you like the video, like it, subscribe, it helped me a lot. Comment if you have any questions about the champion, Lulu. If you want to see guide from another champion, let me know as well. And that was it. It's been a long video. I hope you guys enjoy it and have a nice day. Bye bye.